So lads, NBA 2K23 MyTEAM has so many good players, and I mean so many good players. So in this video, we're going to be ranking them all of these players on a tier list, and the tier list is going to go from best 10, which are obviously the best 10 players. We're also only putting in 2 trophy case players because that's all you can get right now. And in terms of trophy case players, they're going to be ranked based on how good they are as trophy case because you can only get a limited amount of them. So for example, a trophy case player being in fine means that they're only a fine card for a trophy case card. They might still be better than some guys in the elite players or even very good tier. But anyway, we've got best 10, which are the best 10 cards. Elite players, who are cards that honestly could be in that debate for the best 10. Really, really good cards. Then we get the very good cards. Cards you're going to be seeing being around by some of the best players in the world. Cards you're going to be seeing by competitive players. Good cards, again, really good cards. A card being good in this game means they're a pretty damn good card. Cards, again, you're going to be seeing by some really high unlimited players, and a lot of really good players were fine. Cards you can definitely use if you want to use them without having too much of a negative effect. A card being a fine in this tier means they're perfectly good to be used at almost any level. And then worthless cards that I would just strongly advise no one to either lock in for if they're in those situations or use if you have a better alternative. And in all of the scenarios with worthless players, there are cards for like 3000 MT that are better alternatives. So anyway, now let's get on to it. Okay, so this is obviously going to be a little bit of a longer one, so we're not going to be going over every single player's stats and stuff. I'm just going to be talking about them. So our tiers, obviously, we explained a little bit earlier. We got best 10 elite players. So very good, fine, worthless. So the first player is Andre Iguodala, and he's probably in the best 10. Iggy is probably in the best 10 players in this game. As a shooting guard, he is absolutely elite. Bill Russell's going into elite. I just think as far as he's like a much better DeAndre Jordan. He's basically like, imagine if DeAndre Jordan just had a much just better, just plus 10 speed. I'm going to put fine for BJ Armstrong. BJ Armstrong is he's a pretty good player. But compared to the other players in this list, I think fine is probably the tier that he most resembles. We got 93 players on this list, and I think putting him in the like bottom 20 is like, he's on the list, but it's probably the truth. I think Mitchell goes best 10. As far as point guards go, I think he has to go into the best 10. I think he offers the most. He offers more shooting and defense than Rose. He offers a lot more dunking than a Steph Curry in defense. I think that overall, when it's all said and done, he is the best point guard in the game. Although, like, Rose and Curry do specific things better than him. Baylor, get down into worthless, you bum. Oh my god, this card. It is laughable, this card. Like, I've played against this dude, and I literally, if I see you running Elgin Baylor, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paint it on whoever is guarding Elgin Baylor. I'll put my center on Elgin Baylor and paint it. The worst shooter in the game. The literal worst shooter in the game. I'm going to put Noah into... I'm going to actually put Noah into good, and let me explain why I'm putting him good instead of very good. I'm putting Ben Wallace and probably DeAndre Jordan, who are slightly better than Noah, into very good. But I think Noah is still one of those top 10 centers in my team. He really is. He is that dude. Larry Johnson... You see, it's a hovering. It's a hovering between best 10 and elite players. So I think Zion's a little bit better than Larry Johnson, just because of the player bill wise. And for me, it's really between Larry Johnson and then maybe like an Ori. I prefer Ori to both of those guys, but Larry Johnson might get moved up. He really might. He's that good. Bibby, he's fine. Like, Bibby doesn't do anything bad, but he's fine. I'm putting Ivy in good. I think in general, that's probably where Ivy belongs. I think his player build is a little bit too small and his defense is weak, but he's an alright shooter. He fades well. He dunks well. As far as budget point guards go, for his price, you're not getting too much better. I think he is that bit better than BJ Armstrong as well. Duran's going to go into... He's not as good as Noah. He's about as good as Noah. He's in and around the same as Noah. They're very similar cards. First player very good is going to be Jeremy Sohan. As far as we're going with like Evo cards, he's really good. And as far as we're going with like pure locks, he's going to defend really well. He's going to shoot really well. His release is chick, even though it's on slow. Jeremy Sohan, for me, I would have him somewhere between these two tiers. He's probably up there my favorite. So Mark Williams. I put Mark Williams in very good. I think he's better than Duran and Noah, but he's just inconsistent for me. Like, there are some days where I love Mark Williams. I think he's the best center in the game. And other days I'm like, this dude's a bomb. There's like no in between. And then we got Abaji, who's gonna go... I'm gonna put Abaji's gonna go to very good as well. Again, my favorite of all of the Evo cards are Abaji and so on. I don't like Banchero. A lot of people do like Banchero. I'm going to put him top of good. The reason I'm putting Banchero... No, I'm going to put Banchero bottom of very good. He just sells me so much. But like Banchero at times has won me games by himself. There are just days where I'm like, no, done with it. Done with this card, he stinks. So as far as trophy case cards go, I'm ranking them based on how they are as trophy case card. So if a trophy case card is in worthless, it doesn't mean I think they're worthless. It means I just think they're pointless to buy. And I'm only going to be putting 2 trophy case cards because that's all that's available in my best 10. So we've got Iverson, who I'm going to put into fine. As far as trophy case cards go, yeah, sure, you can use Iverson. Perfectly fine. I think that Alonzo Mourning, because of the division that he's in the Gilbert Arenas division with like Tim Hardaway, he's going to go into good. Not a bad card. Again, he comes with, I don't know what gold badge he has. He comes with like gold or hot badges he has. He has a really good hot badge. He has like silver bully and stuff. His release is pretty okay. Drummond, I'm going to put Drummond in with Ivy, or not with Ivy, with Duran. I think they're incredibly similar cards. AK, I'm actually going to put him in low, very good. Probably better than Banchero. But I actually think Sohan's better than AK. I think in general, if you're asking me who I would rather use, Jeremy Sohan or Andre Kirilenko, I would take Sohan all day, every day. Even though this guy's in a weak division, Jameson himself is incredible, so he's going to go into elite. Again, would not be one of the guys that I choose, but he is a nice player. I'm going to put Anthony Davis in fine. Now, a lot of people, again, are big fans of this card. I think that it's probably just best to put him there rather than put him in like a crazy high tier. Because, like, look, he is completely fine, but I don't think he's as good as any of these centers in this tier above. We got Sabonis in the best 10. Sabonis, ooh. Yeah, I'm going to put Sabonis in the best 10. Purely because, like, we've so many like good options at other positions. The center position is one where going for like Sabonis, I might even put freaking 2 centers. I'm not even joking. I see think, but I might put 2 centers in that top tier. Really good. Baron Davis is going to go into very good. I think his movement keeps him out of that elite players tier. And he's not, like, elite player is going to be like freaking Rose and stuff, and he's not at that level. He's my third string point guard. He's better than Ivy, but I don't rate him too high. Ben Wallace is going into very good. He's going high very good. I think he's just like a slight downgrade on Bill Russell. He's a great interior big. I just think he missed out on a few rebounds unless you're manually rebounding. Blake Griffin has a shout for going into the best 10. He really does. He has that half bully, good strength. He shoots the ball really well. His defense is just maybe the worst I've ever seen. Jennings is going fine. Jennings and Iverson, I don't see there being too much difference in game. D'Angelo Russell is the next player, and he is our next player down in worthless. This guy's a bum. Like, genuinely, like, I want to see what the general reception to my video calling him a scrub is. Like, I made a video called "Do Not Lock In" for this card. People are just saying, what's the camera edge glitch? I can't say. Danny Green, high elite. Danny Green, the way I play, and a lot of people are like, oh, but like, the way you play is weird. Now, the way I have the most success, everybody has a different style of playing. Everyone can play whatever way they have the most success with. The way that I have the most success in my team is basically by using my point guard and my center as my 2 main options, running to the basket with my point guard or dumping it to my center, and having everyone around them as defending shooters. Danny Green is my perfect shooting guard. This guy, I would be tempted the way I play to put him up in best 10, but I'm just not. In good conscience, I can't do that. Jordan, I'm going to put him into very good up there with Ben Wallace. I think they're very similar level cards. Del Curry, I'm going to put him fine. I don't think he's worthless. I don't think he's that good. Like, compared to the guys we're going to see good at his position, I don't think he is that good. Buggy Cousins is in that fine tier as well. He's really not absolutely awful. As much as it pains me to say this, because I use Derrick Rose over Donovan Mitchell, you can get some really good point guards in this game outside of the trophy case, and there's only 2 trophy case cards going into the best 10, so I'm not going to put Derrick Rose as one of my 2 because I just can't get alternatives. Dikembe, another player that if you can get him, incredible. The issue with Dikembe is that he is nowhere near as good as Sabonis, and him and Sabonis are in the same division. So if you decide, if you want to get that reward, which is Drexler, you can get both of them. They can't play on the floor with each other. Fred Jones getting the worthless. Fred Jones. Fred Jones has cooked me a few times, which is kind of sad, but he's worthless. Giannis is going into very good. He is by far, him and LeBron are by far the best of these current day players. Like Giannis and LeBron just get the animations. Then we have got, I think putting Worthy in my best 10 is a good shout. It's between Worthy, I think, and Jermaine O'Neal, or an Ilgauskas or O'Neal. Probably Jermaine O'Neal, just for something different. It all just depends. Who's the best center auctionable? I mean, it's Tyson. I'm not putting Tyson Chandler in my best 10, which means I'm bringing Worthy down. I might be putting Tyson Chandler in my best 10. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ja Morant, get into elite. Again, just a solid point guard. Jaylen Brown, get into the elite players. I am not putting Jaylen Brown in my top 10. I don't care how much people want to push him. I do not like this card that much. But a player that is going into the top 10 is his duo partner, and it's Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, one of the best small forwards in this game. I think it's him and Scottie Pippen as the two best small forwards. An absolute sniper. The guy is a damn sniper, lads. But really, really good in general. Good on defense, great card. This Jason Tatum, I'm actually going to put him fine. I don't think he's worthless. He's going fine. We've got Jeremy Lin. I think as far as these rewards go, he's in good. He's better than Iverson. He's better than Jennings, but that's about it. Jermaine O'Neal might get a spot in that best 10. Jermaine O'Neal is really good, and it solves a slow center issue with this team. Jerry West, I wish I could put him higher than fine, but like he's a better defender than BJ Armstrong, great shooter, but like he can't move. I'm actually gonna put Joel Embiid in good. He's like a way better version of the starter card. He's actually not bad. Stockton is going fine. Stockton's not bad. Karl Malone, I wish I could put Karl Malone somewhere else, but look, he's probably like the 13th best power forward in the game, so why not put him in good? Kawhi's fine. If you want to use Kawhi, go for it. Like, let's be real. If you're using Kawhi right now, you're using Kawhi waiting for replacements. I think Kevin Durant is like the lowest. No, Kevin Durant's so baited as a shooter. But Kevin Durant fine as well. Kevin Love is so much of a liability on the defensive end. And yeah, I know you can say these other guys are liabilities on the offensive end, but trust me, they can mash. Kevin Love can't guard anybody. Kevin McHale in elite. I wouldn't choose as one of my top players, but his just length, his kind of ability to shoot the ball, and his player ability are huge. Korver, I genuinely think Korver is one of the single worst players that you guys can pick up from the trophy case. His release is so fast, but what you need specifically, nah, he's not worth it. LeBron's going into, I'm gonna put LeBron in good. These are so many good alternatives to small forward compared to like the actual power forward position. It's like you don't want to run AK at power forward, you don't want to run so in there. But LeBron's a really good card, huge player build as well. Luka Doncic, getting to fine maybe. He might go down to worthless. He really might. Luka is, he's not really up to much. Manu, as far as these cards go, fine. Marcus Smart though, I'm putting Marcus Smart into elite players. The reason I'm putting Marcus Smart there is that he is the best in the game at what he does, being a cone point guard. He is the best point guard in this game to run beside Zach LaVine. And you could argue that that's the best one to punch in the game. He is one of the few point guards you don't need to switch off the point guard. He can dunk, he sets screens, and he doesn't miss. Marcus Smart is in that elite player category. I'm going to put him in fine. Our price isn't anywhere near as bad as people say, but he's not very good either. Do I have anyone else on my worth list here? I'm trying to think. I don't even think I have anyone else in my worth list here. Like this card, Nikola Jokic. I put him worthless maybe? And as of right now, Rondo was pretty worthless. Just because he has a 55 3 ball and he's a non-dunking point guard. But Rondo had his time. Rondo was alright for the first 2 days of this game. And there's a lot of good players in this game. This Michael Jordan, fine. I'm actually going with Jordans. I'm going to go fine, good, best. No, fine. I'm actually going to go fine, very good, very good. I'm going to put 2 of these Jordans in very good, and I'm actually going to put this Jordan into my best 10. at the shooting guard. I really like Jordan, especially when you go and pair him with a Scottie Pippen. I think he can be one of the most effective players in this game. I really do. Micah Richardson, decent defender, get it defined. Pascal Siakam, I'm going to put him on like the edge of good. His release is almost impossible to green when you're playing on latency. Or if you're like in Europe, you're not going to green with him. Pau's in the good category because he's a decent stretch, but he's very, very slow. He's very slow. Now this is where you guys are going to call me crazy. Paul Pierce in elite players. I think at that small forward position, Paul Pierce is like comparable to Tatum. He's not as good as Tatum, but he is like, to be fair, when this video goes up like 2 minutes later, I'm going to be titling a video The Cheap Jason Tatum. Like an hour later, and it's going to be Paul Pierce. So for me, I think elite players, he has to go in here. Like with how much I like this card, I wouldn't be doing him justice not putting him in elite players. Peja Stojakovic, as far as trophy case cards go, he's fine. Rashard Lewis is a fine trophy case card. So is Rip Hamilton. Like these guys are all like somewhat usable. So just throw in as many fine players in fine. I would actually say, yeah, you know what? He's going for Anthony Davis, so he's fine. I can't put them in worthless because they're all pretty good. I don't even think I have all trophy case. Wally's in fine as well. Jefferson. I'm only putting Jefferson in good purely because he's in lock and for Ewing, and also he is one of the most crucial jump shots in the game. I know why people are like hyping that up. And then I'm gonna go and put Francis in very good, Westbrook in very good. Because I'm gonna put Westbrook in elite, Francis in very good, and I'm gonna go with Ilgauskas in elite. I don't think Ilgauskas is quite as good as Arvydas, which is why that we're seeing him in there rather than best 10. Okay, Robert Horry. Now I'm gonna put Robert Horry in elite. He might get moved up though. Robert Horry is my favorite player right now in this elite tier. Not even joking, he's that good. I'm gonna say just because of his height, I'm gonna put Roy Hibbert in good, and he has a mediocre duo. I'm gonna put Gobert in good as well. Like, is Gobert much worse than Drummond, Joakim Noah? I don't think so. I think Mark Williams is a little bit better, but again, tier of tiers. I'm gonna put Scotty Barnes in good because I do think that's where Scotty Barnes is probably best. I think putting him in a higher tier with the likes of Sohan and Kurolenko, I don't think he's quite that level, but I think he's a level right below it. And then we got another best 10 card in Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen is the best small forward in the game. And like as great as Tatum is, he's no Scottie. Unless the only better player you can argue a small forward is James Worthy. Stephen Curry, I'm going to put, honestly, I'm going to go, I don't have Diamond Steph. I'm going to go good for these two. I'm going to put this Steph Curry in best 10. Just because of the extra defense he offers. Rather than waste one of my trophy case spots on a Derrick Rose, I would rather just go and run Steph Curry as a point guard. Because he offers something completely different. He's really good. Trae Young. Look, Trae Young's so bad on defense that I have to put him worthless. He's so bad. Chandler might end up in the best 10 as a backup center. He genuinely might. Oladipo, elite. Oladipo's an absolutely incredible player. He's like Marcus Smart on freaking crack. Like, his release is really good. His defense is really good. Like, he's great. Then we've got Vince has got to go into elite as well. Elite shooter, great dunker. Overall movement, again, pretty good. Just an incredible player. Xavier McDaniel, I'm going to put in good. Again, he can hit shots despite his 3-point rating. Good defender, just not anything like absolutely spectacular. I'm going to put Kukoc in fine. Does not play any defense, so I can't put him any higher. With Zions, I'm actually going to put this Zion in worthless. I'm going to put the other Zions in elite. Like, you don't understand the gap. No, I'm going to go very good in elite. You don't understand the gap between like Diamond and Amethyst Zion. It's actually huge. Whereas Jordan is the opposite. The big gap is between Diamond and Pink Diamond. Zebo is going to go in good. Him and like Elton Brand, I'll put in good. And it's Zach Randolph. Or Zach Randolph. Zach LaVine's going to go into elite. So, we have got 8 players right now in best 10. Which means we need a power forward and a center. Okay. So, My favorite power forward right now in that elite tier is Robert Ory. I think it's Robert Ory. Or I can go with 2 cent, or I can just use 2 power forwards. My favorite center in that tier is Tyson Chandler. I think Bill Russell might have to go up. As much as I love Tyson Chandler, I actually do think Bill Russell's better. Bill Russell get in at best center. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Bill Russell get in as best center. And then second best power forward in the game. I mean, I like my comment section. I couldn't give a damn my comment section. If this is my list, we're going here. But I think Larry Johnson might be the wave. I think Larry Johnson might be that move at power forward. So yeah, that is my best 10. I love freaking Robert Ory though. Like, screw it. Screw it, Robert Ory, get out of here. And I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna get rid of him because I don't like Bill Russell being on my best 10. I want to put Jermaine O'Neal in as a center, and then I want to put in Larry Johnson because I want to keep him in the squad, and I'm gonna put in Robert Ory. Rather than getting Bill Russell up there, who I don't like, I'm gonna put Robert Ory in there because I freaking love Robert Ory. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. We got through like 96 of these in 20 minutes, so we got through these quite quickly. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.